My client got pre-approved for a $2.5 million mortgage and thought he could afford a $2.5 million apartment. 6 months after buying, he was eating ramen noodles and couldn't afford to go out with friends. The bank said he could afford it, his agent said he could afford it, but the reality was crushing him financially. Today, I'm going to show you the real affordability calculation that no one talks about, and why the bank's pre-approval might be setting you up for a financial disaster. I'm Erin Wheelock from Luxury Living NYC, and I've watched too many successful people buy homes they technically qualify for, only to become house poor and regret their decision within months. The problem isn't that they can't do math, it's that no one gives them the complete picture of what home ownership actually costs in New York City. Banks focus on debt-to-income ratios, but they don't care if you have money left over for vacations, emergencies, or even basic quality of life. Real estate agents want to show you the most expensive properties you qualify for, not necessarily what you should buy. Today, I'm giving you the framework to determine what you can truly afford without sacrificing your lifestyle or financial security. And be sure to click below for our Buyer Masterclass. It's amazing. Click and we'll send it over to you. This isn't about being conservative or limiting your dreams. It's about being strategic so you can enjoy your new home instead of being stressed out about paying for it. And stay until the end because I'm sharing how you can get personalized guidance to determine your optimal purchase price for your specific situation. Every financial advisor tells you the same thing. Don't spend more than 20% of your gross income on housing costs. In most of America, that works. In New York City, that rule will either lock you out of decent housing or lead you to financial disaster. Here's why New York City housing costs aren't just mortgage payments. Between property taxes, maintenance fees, insurance, and building assessment, your total housing cost can be 40 to 60% higher than your mortgage payment alone. That 28% rule becomes a 40% plus really very quick. Plus, the traditional rules don't account for New York City's unique lifestyle costs. You might not need a car, but you'll spend it on dining out, entertainment, and other services. Your dry cleaning budget in Manhattan might equal a suburban family's car payment. Let me show you a real example. Take someone earning $300,000 a year. Traditional rules say that they can afford $7,000 per month in housing costs. But in New York City, let's say a $1.5 million co-op, they might have a mortgage payment of about $5,500, your common charges $1,800, and then $800 in property taxes, $200 in insurance. That's $8,300 per month, already over the traditional limit. And we haven't included any potential special assessments, repairs, or the reality that maintenance fees increase every year. Especially if it's a healthy building, expect them to go up. The biggest trap is that banks pre-approve you based on your ability to make the mortgage payment, not your ability to afford total home ownership costs, while maintaining your quality of life. They don't necessarily care if you can never eat out again as long as you can make the payment. Quite frankly, I think buyers sometimes also feel that way when they're getting their mortgage pre-approval. Don't do that. Let's talk about the costs that blindside new homeowners because nobody properly explains them up front. First, the upfront costs beyond your down payment. Closing costs in New York City are typically between 2 and 3% of the purchase price, so about $30,000 to $60,000 on a $1.5 million purchase. Add an attorney fee, building move-in fees, immediate repairs or improvements, and you're looking at a significant cash outlay even after you close. Second, ongoing building costs that fluctuate. Maintenance fees aren't fixed. They typically increase 3% annually if it's a healthy building. Special assessments can hit without warning. I've seen $50,000 in special assessments for facade work, elevator replacement, or maintenance repairs. These aren't optional. You pay them or face liens against your property. Third, the opportunity cost of your down payment. If you put $400,000 down instead of $200,000, that extra $200,000 isn't earning returns elsewhere. You need to factor in what you're giving up by tying more money up in real estate. Fourth, lifestyle inflation that comes with homeownership. You'll want to furnish and decorate your new space. You'll spend more on utilities, cleaning services, building tips, and maintenance. These aren't requirements, but they're reality for most people. Fifth, the emergency fund that everybody forgets. When you rent, building emergencies are the landlord's problem. When you own, a flooded bathroom or broken HVAC system becomes your immediate expensive problem. Okay? You need accessible cash reserves for these situations. And good insurance. Talk to Silverman. We'll put you in touch. Here's what kills people financially. They calculate affordability based on today's cost with today's income, assuming nothing will change. But maintenance fees rise, taxes increase, and life happens. You need buffer room for these realities. So what's the right way to calculate affordability? I use a 3-part formula that accounts for New York City realities and protects your quality of life. Part 1, total housing cost calculation. Take your potential mortgage payment and add maintenance or your HOA fees, as you may know it, property taxes, insurance, and a 10% buffer for increases and assessments. This is your real monthly housing costs, not just the mortgage payment. Part 2, Quality of life test. After all your fixed expenses, housing, maybe debt payments, insurance, utilities, you should have at least 20% of your take-home pay left for discretionary spending. This covers dining out, travel, entertainment, shopping, and unexpected expenses. If you don't have this buffer, you'll feel house poor, even if you can technically afford the payments. Part 3, the stress test. Can you afford your housing cost if your income drops 20% for 6 months? If one spouse loses their job? If you have a major medical expense? Your housing costs should be sustainable even during financial stress, not just during good times. Here's my recommended formula for New York City. Total housing costs should not exceed 35% of your gross income, and you should have 6 to 12 months of total expenses in accessible savings after your down payment and closing costs. Let's run a real example. $250,000 household income means roughly $16,500 per month gross, or about $11,500 take home. Using my formula, total housing costs should stay under $5,800 a month, leaving about $5,700 a month for everything else. After fixed expenses, you should have at least $2,300 a month for discretionary spending and savings. Quite frankly, building your wealth, investments, all that good stuff. This might mean buying a $1.2 million apartment instead of the $1.8 million one you qualify for, but you'll actually enjoy living in that $1.2 million apartment instead of being stressed out about the $1.8 million one. Plus, if we learn anything from Barbara Corcoran, start there, and then in a few years, we'll help you sell, buy bigger, sell, buy bigger, sell, buy bigger. Hello. Now, this doesn't mean you have to buy the cheapest possible apartment. There are strategies to maximizing your buying power while staying within safe affordability limits. Strategy 1, we're going to optimize your down payment percentage. Sometimes putting down 25% instead of 20% eliminates your PMI and reduces monthly costs enough to afford a better property. Run the numbers both ways. Strategy 2, consider different property types and neighborhoods. A luxury one-bedroom in Manhattan might cost the same monthly as a two-bedroom in a great Brooklyn neighborhood. I know it's Brooklyn, but it's okay. I'm learning to love it. Think about your actual needs versus your aspirational wants. Strategy 3, factor in tax benefits accurately. Mortgage interest, property taxes, and some maintenance fees are tax deductible. This reduces your effective housing cost, but calculate it conservatively. Strategy 4, look for value and opportunities. A property that needs cosmetic updates might cost less upfront, allowing you to improve it over time as your finances allow, rather than stretching for a move-in ready place. And also the vice versa might work as well. Strategy 5, consider your income trajectory. If you're early in your career with a strong earning potential, you might safely stretch a bit more than someone with stable but flat income. But be honest about your prospects. Don't buy based on hoped-for promotions. It's a great way to go broke. The key is being strategic about where you stretch and where you stay conservative. Stretch on purchase price if you must, but never stretch on liquidity or emergency funds. Determining your real affordability is crucial, but every situation is unique. Your income structure, debt levels, family plans, and risk tolerance all factor into what makes sense for you. That's why I'm currently offering limited free consultations with buyers here in New York City. Now, during this consultation, we'll run through your specific financial picture, calculate your true affordability using New York City market realities, and identify the sweet spots that lets you buy the home you want without financial stress. This isn't about limiting your dreams, it's about achieving them sustainably. So click the Calendly link in the description box below to book your free consultation today. Now, these spots are limited and fill up quickly, so don't wait. But also, if you want to, why not sign up for my awesome Masterclass? This is something that you can go through on your own, and it will help you to actually understand what you need to look for. And if this video makes you rethink your budget assumptions, make sure to subscribe to Luxury Living NYC and hit that notification bell wherever it is. We regularly share financial strategies and marketing insights that help buyers make smarter decisions, right? Remember, the goal isn't to buy the most expensive home you can qualify for. It's to buy the right home at the right price so you can enjoy it for years to come without financial regret until we help you sell that and buy your next one. Anyways, until next time, please be sure to comment below, and we at the Wheelout team would love to be your global real estate team of choice. Bye, guys.